My dear students, welcome back to our channel. In this video, I will be explaining the B.Ed second semester subject Art in Education as prescribed by Osmania University and other universities of Telangana. We will go through the important questions and answers one by one. Let's begin with a quick revision. Unit 3 first important short question is: what are the two main forms of Indian classical music? Indian classical music is one of the oldest and richest traditions in the world. It has two main forms, Hindustani music from North India and Carnatic music from South India. Hindustani music developed under the influence of Persian and Mughal culture. It focuses more on improvisation and slow, detailed exploration of ragas. Famous instruments include the sitar, tabla and sarod. For example, Pandit Ravi Shankar made Hindustani sitar music famous worldwide. Carnatic music, practiced mainly in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka and Kerala, is more structured and devotional. It uses kritis, songs, composed by saints like Tyagraj. Instruments like violin, mridangam and veena are common. In simple words, Hindustani music is like storytelling with freedom, while Carnatic music is like a well-written poem with devotion. Both forms aim to connect the listener with spiritual joy and emotions, making them the pride of Indian culture. Next important short question is: to write a short note on Bharat's Natya Sastra. Bharat's Natya Sastra is one of the oldest texts on performing arts in India, written around 200 BCE, 200 CE. It is like a complete guidebook for drama, dance, and music. Bharat explained how performances should be done to educate, entertain, and inspire society. The Natya Sastra talks about rasas, emotions like love, anger, laughter, fear, peace, which form the heart of Indian theatre and dance. It also gives details about stage design, costumes, gestures, mudras, and music. For example, in Bharatanatyam dance, when an artist shows love through soft eyes or anger through strong hand movements, these ideas come directly from the Natya Sastra. In simple words, Natya Sastra is like the rulebook of Indian performing arts, guiding artists to express human emotions beautifully. Even today, it is followed in dance, drama, and theatre, making it a timeless treasure of Indian culture. Next important short question is: 3. Who are the three famous Indian playwrights? Three famous Indian playwrights. India has a rich tradition of theatre, and many great playwrights have contributed to it. Among them, three are especially famous. 1. Kalidasa, known as the Shakespeare of India. He wrote plays like Abhijnan Sakunthalam, Shakuntala. His works are filled with poetry, nature, and deep emotions. Example: Shakuntala shows the beauty of love and destiny. 2. Bhasha, an ancient playwright who lived even before Kalidasa. He wrote powerful plays like Swapnavasvadattam and Urubhanga. His works often showed human struggles and moral lessons. 3. Bhavbhuti, a master of serious drama. He wrote plays such as Uttara Ramcharita, based on the life of Lord Rama. His writings express compassion and devotion. These three playwrights shaped Indian theatre by blending storytelling, music, and emotions. Even today, their plays are performed in schools, theatres, and festivals, reminding us of India's artistic and cultural glory. Next important short question is: 4. What is puppetry? Puppetry is a form of performing art where puppets, dolls or figures, are used to tell stories. These puppets are usually made of cloth, wood, leather, or paper, and they are moved with the help of strings, sticks, or hands. The puppeteer controls the puppet to make it act, speak, and dance, just like a real character. In India, puppetry has a long tradition. For example, Kathputli of Rajasthan uses wooden puppets with colorful costumes, while shadow puppetry in Andhra Pradesh uses leather puppets to create shadow stories on a screen. Puppetry is not just for entertainment, it also teaches moral values, culture, and history. For instance, stories from the Ramayana and Mahabharata are often shown through puppet shows. Puppetry is like a magical theatre for children and adults, where lifeless dolls come alive to share stories, lessons, and laughter. It is both educational and entertaining, making it an important part of Indian performing arts. Next important short question is: 5. Mention any two forms of folk music in India. Two forms of folk music in India. India is rich in folk music, which reflects the life, culture, and emotions of common people. Each region has its own style, sung during festivals, weddings, harvests, or storytelling. 1. Bihu music, Assam. Bihu songs are sung during the Bihu festival, which marks the Assamese New Year and harvesting season. The music is fast, lively, and filled with joy. Traditional instruments like dhol, drum, pepa, buffalo horn, and tal cymbals are used. The songs usually celebrate love, nature, and farming life. 2. Ball music, Bengal. Ball songs are sung by wandering saints called balls in Bengal. These songs are simple yet spiritual, expressing love for God and humanity. The singers usually carry a small instrument called ektara, a single-string instrument, and wear saffron clothes. Both Bihu and ball music show how folk songs connect people to their roots, spreading happiness, devotion, and togetherness. They are the soul of Indian culture. Next Unit 3. Long questions. First important long question is: 1. Explain the main features of Indian classical music, Carnatic and Hindustani. Main features of Indian classical music, Carnatic and Hindustani. Indian classical music is one of the oldest and richest musical traditions in the world. It is not just for entertainment but also for spiritual growth and emotional expression. It is mainly divided into two forms: Hindustani music, North India, and Carnatic music, South India. Both share common roots but developed differently over centuries. 1. Hindustani classical music, North India. Raga system. A raga is a special set of notes used to create melody. Each raga is linked to a time of the day or a season. Example: Raga Malhar is sung during rainy season. Improvisation. Hindustani music focuses a lot on improvisation. Singers and instrumentalists explore the raga in their own creative way. Instruments. Popular instruments are sitar, tabla, sarod, and flute. Gharnas. Musicians belong to different gharnas, schools of music, which follow unique styles of singing or playing. 2. Carnatic classical music, South India. Compositions based. Unlike Hindustani, Carnatic music focuses more on pre-composed songs by saints like Tyagaraja, Muthuswami Dikshitar, and Shyama Sastari. Rhythm. Tala. Very strong use of complex rhythms and talas. Bhakti. Devotion. Most Carnatic songs are devotional in nature, sung in praise of gods and goddesses. Instruments. Common instruments are veena, mridangam, violin, and ghatam. Similarities between both. Both use ragas, melody, and talas, rhythm. Both aim to express emotions and connect with the divine. Example: a Hindustani singer may spend hours improvising on Raga Yaman, while a Carnatic singer may sing a devotional kriti in Raga Kalyani. In short, Hindustani music is like free-flowing imagination, while Carnatic music is like structured devotion. Together, they represent the soul of Indian culture and show how music can heal, inspire, and unite people. Next important long question is to discuss the classical dance forms of India and their cultural significance. Classical dance forms of India and their cultural significance. India is called the land of dances because every region has its own beautiful style. Among them, the classical dances are the oldest, most respected, and connected deeply with spirituality, history, and culture. According to Natya Shastra, the ancient text on performing arts, dance is not just for entertainment but also a way to express bhava, emotion, raga, melody, and tala, rhythm. Major classical dance forms. 1. Bharatanatyam, Tamil Nadu. Known as the dance of devotion. Dancers use mudras, hand gestures, facial expressions, and rhythmic steps to tell stories of gods like Shiva and Vishnu. Example, Nataraj pose symbolize Lord Shiva as the cosmic dancer. 2. Kathak, North India. Comes from the word katha, story. Dancers use fast footwork, graceful spins, and expressions to tell stories from Ramayana and Mahabharata. Example, Krishna's Ras Leela is often performed in Kathak. 3. Kuchipudi, Andhra Pradesh. Combines dance and drama. Performers sometimes balance on a brass plate while dancing, showing amazing skill. Most dances are based on stories of Lord Krishna. 4. Odissi, Odisha. Famous for its sculpture-like poses and tribhanga, 3 bends of the body. It is mostly performed in temples as a form of worship to Lord Jagannath. 5. Kathakali, Kerala. A colorful dance drama with elaborate makeup, masks, and costumes. Dancers enact stories from Ramayana and Mahabharata using strong expressions and body movements. 6. Manipuri, Manipur. Soft, graceful, and devotional, often linked to the Ras Leela of Lord Krishna and Radha. 7. Mohiniyattam, Kerala. A graceful dance performed only by women, symbolizing Mohini, the female form of Lord Vishnu. Cultural significance. Classical dances are not just art but a form of worship. They keep alive India's mythology, traditions, and values. They also teach discipline, coordination, and respect for culture. Example, a Bharatanatyam performance in a temple does not just entertain but also teaches about Shiva's cosmic dance and the cycle of life. In short, Indian classical dances are living expressions of our history, devotion, and culture, making them a treasure for the whole world. Next important long question is 3. Explain the contribution of Indian theatre to education with reference to Bhasha, Kalidasa, and Shudraka. Contribution of Indian theatre to education with reference to Bhasha, Kalidasa, and Shudraka. Theatre in India has always been more than just entertainment. From ancient times, it has been used as a tool of education, moral teaching, and social awareness. Great playwrights like Bhasha, Kalidasa, and Shudraka gave Indian theatre a strong foundation, combining stories, emotions, and lessons of life. Their plays help us understand history, culture, ethics, and human behavior in a simple yet powerful way. Bhasha, 4th century BC. Bhasha was one of the earliest known Sanskrit dramatists. His plays often dealt with themes from the Ramayana and Mahabharata. For example, in Urubhanga, the Broken Thigh, Bhasha shows the character Duryodhan in a sympathetic light, teaching us about compassion, forgiveness, and human emotions even in war. His works educate students about multiple perspectives and the importance of empathy. Kalidasa, 4th-5th century CE. Kalidasa is considered the Shakespeare of India. His plays, such as Abhijnan Sakunthalam, the recognition of Shakuntala, combine poetry, drama, and philosophy. Through stories of love, duty, and nature, he teaches values like patience, kindness, and the harmony between humans and the environment. In schools, Kalidasa's works can be used to develop language skills, imagination, and moral values. Shudraka, 2nd century CE. Shudraka wrote the famous play Mrichtaktika, the Little Clay Cart. Unlike earlier plays, it focused on ordinary people rather than kings or gods. It tells the story of love, friendship, and social justice. This play teaches students about class differences, honesty, and human dignity, showing how theatre can connect with real-life situations. Educational contribution. Indian theatre teaches moral lessons through storytelling. It improves communication, imagination, and creativity among students. By studying plays of Bhasha, Kalidasa, and Shudraka, learners understand Indian culture, history, and ethics in a lively way. Example, performing a scene from Shakuntala in class not only improves acting skills but also teaches values like respect, love, and duty. Thus, Indian theatre, through these great playwrights, acts as a living classroom, shaping both intellect and character of students. Next important long question is: 4. Discuss the role of Indian cinema as a multi-ethnic art form. Role of Indian cinema as a multi-ethnic art form. Indian cinema is one of the most powerful performing arts in the world. It is not just a source of entertainment but also a mirror of India's diverse cultures, traditions, and languages. Being a multi-ethnic art form, it brings together music, dance, theatre, literature, and visual arts into one creative medium. Unity in diversity. India is home to many languages and cultures, and cinema beautifully reflects this diversity. Films are made in Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, Bengali, Malayalam, Kannada, Marathi, Punjabi, and many other languages. Each regional cinema expresses the local traditions, folk music, costumes, and values while still addressing universal human emotions like love, struggle, and hope. Combination of art forms. Cinema combines different art forms into one. Dance, classical and folk dances are often shown in films, e.g. Bharatanatyam in Tamil cinema. Music, songs in movies blend classical ragas, folk tunes, and modern beats. Theatre and drama. The storytelling style of cinema is deeply influenced by Indian theatre and epics like Ramayana and Mahabharata. Visual arts, costumes, set designs, and cinematography display India's artistic richness. Educational role. Cinema is also a teacher. Films like Lagan show India's colonial history, Tare Zameen Par highlights learning disabilities, and Swades inspires social responsibility. Such movies educate while entertaining, making learning easier for students. Global identity. Indian cinema, especially Bollywood, has made India known worldwide. Movies like RRR, Bahubali, and Dangal have shown India's talent and culture across the globe. Example, a Punjabi film may have Bhangra songs, while a Malayalam movie may show Kathakali dance. Both are different, yet they highlight India's cultural unity through cinema. Conclusion. Indian cinema is truly a multi-ethnic art form because it blends various traditions, art forms, and languages into one medium. It entertains, educates, and connects people from different backgrounds. Thus, cinema is not just an art, it is a celebration of India's unity in diversity. Next important long question is: 5. Write about the life sketches and contributions of any two prominent artists in the field of performing arts. Life sketches and contributions of two prominent artists in performing arts. Performing arts in India have been shaped by many great artists who dedicated their lives to music, dance, and theatre. Two such legendary figures are Pandit Ravi Shankar in music and Rukmini Devi Arundale in dance. 1. Pandit Ravi Shankar, 1920 to 2012. Pandit Ravi Shankar was one of the greatest sitar maestros of India. Born in Varanasi, he learned music under Ustad Alauddin Khan. He made Indian classical music, especially Hindustani music, famous all over the world. He introduced the sitar to international audiences by performing in Europe and America. He collaborated with world musicians like George Harrison of the Beatles, which made Indian music popular among Western youth. He composed music for films like Patha Panchali, directed by Satyajit Ray. He received the Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian award, for his contribution to music. Example, when people abroad heard his sitar, they became curious about India's culture, showing how one artist can represent a nation's art. 2. Rukmini Devi Arundale, 1904 to 1986. Rukmini Devi Arundale was a famous Bharatanatyam dancer and revivalist. At a time when Bharatanatyam was losing respect in society, she worked hard to bring back its dignity as a classical art form. She founded Kalakshetra in Chennai, an institution that trained thousands of students in Bharatanatyam, music, and crafts. She introduced new themes into Bharatanatyam, such as dance dramas based on Indian epics like the Ramayana and Mahabharata. She was the first woman nominated to the Rajya Sabha, showing her influence beyond dance. She also worked for animal welfare and culture preservation. Example, because of Rukmini Devi, Bharatanatyam is today respected worldwide and taught as a proud part of Indian culture. Conclusion. Both Pandit Ravi Shankar and Rukmini Devi Arundale proved that performing arts are not just entertainment but also a bridge of culture, identity, and education. Their lives inspire students to value India's traditions while sharing them with the world.